Hey everyone, Dave here. Since I'm back on two wheels, finally, I figured it would be a good opportunity to bring some of my equipment out of retirement. So today I'm going to be taking you through the process that I go through when cleaning and maintaining some of my helmets. Now, the two helmets I'm going to be showing you today are two helmets that should stay in retirement. Both of them are approaching 5 years old, which is the age that they recommend you replace the helmet. And second, they have both been involved in multiple crashes. So they have done their job, they should live on the shelf, and they will after this video. But since they're completely filthy, I figured it'd be a good opportunity to show you the process that I go through when cleaning and maintaining my helmets. So I guess the next step would be just to kind of show you the products that we're going to use, and then I'll take you through step-by-step how to maintain them. So let's jump right into it. So for the products that we're going to use today, we're going to start here with a little sprayer with warm water with just a little bit of dish detergent, like a very easy, mild detergent. We got a ton of terry cloth towels. You can use paper towels, but these will hold up a little bit better when you're trying to get into the nooks and crannies. Got an air compressor, which is not necessary, but extremely helpful. Couple of brushes, a toothbrush and a nylon brush. That'll be helpful to kind of shake some of the dirt free, especially the toothbrush. Get into really tight corners with that. Motorex has a helmet cleaner. You can use this if you wanted to just quickly spray inside your helmet and wipe it clean. We're going to go a little bit further than that, but this stuff does actually smell pretty good. Finally, we've got Goof Off on my Shoei Neotech. This front decal is peeled off, so we're going to take that completely off, clean it, and then put a new Shoei logo on there. So let's get started. First up, we're just going to take a helmet and spray it with compressed air and then wipe it dry just to get some of that stuff off before we introduce any kind of fluids here. Now, this is the helmet that I raced in Baja with. Awesome helmet, great helmet, love it. Haven't cleaned it since then. So all this dirt and debris and stuff you've seen on here is from the deserts of Mexico, which is pretty cool, but time to get it cleaned up. So we've kind of wiped off the loose dirt. I'm going to take this, this beak off. So this one has just 3 screws. You undo it, and this will pop right off. There you go. Now the beak here is all done and ready for the next step. All right, so next up we're gonna spray the actual shell of the helmet with that soapy water mix, but we're gonna pull the liner out first, just so we get that out of there. It doesn't get all soggy while we're working with the rest of the helmet. And those liners are actually gonna go into the house, and we're gonna clean those inside. So we'll just strip off the rest of the stuff off this helmet, and then we'll clean the outside shell. Now, every helmet's different, but usually there's some snaps and little clips here on the side, and then they just pop out like that. So you can see what I'm saying about clips is you got the snaps here, these little white circles, and there's little barbs inside the shell between the liner and the shell, and the tabs just click into those little spots right there. So you can see the little barbs go there, there, and the same on the other side. And then for the front liner, it just tucks up in here. So I mentioned earlier about helmets approaching 5 years old, if not a little beyond that. And this helmet, the date of manufacture is January of 2018. So it'll be 6 years old in January. So it's over the limit here. But if you look on the inside of your helmet underneath the liner, you can see a date code right in here. And I'll zoom in on that in a minute. But that's how you can tell the birth date of your helmet and whether or not you should update it. It's always a good idea to kind of look over your equipment when you're cleaning it, and you'll find issues, stuff broken. You can see here in the top of this helmet, quite a big chip that that goes through the paint, and it's started to damage the underlying material. So again, it's good to look over your stuff and see its condition. Now, when it comes time to do the inside of the helmet, I either take a dry cloth and just kind of brush all the nasty dust and stuff out of there, or you can take a very lightly damp plain water cloth. I don't like to introduce any kind of cleaning agent to the inside of the helmet, because that's where you have the foam and like the MIP system and anything else that's like really safety related. So just today I'm using a dry cloth and just dusting out the inside. And it's also a good idea to not introduce water in there because you want to keep all the safety labels and stuff intact, because if you're racing, a lot of times when you go through tech inspection, they'll actually inspect your helmet and make sure it's current. And if you have any of your stickers that are peeling or you can't read them, you might fail tech. All right, so I've got the black helmet all cleaned up as well. I have not coated it yet, but you'll see I took the Shoei logo that was all scratched up here. And I got some replacement stickers, and you're like, wow, Dave, why do you have so many Shoei stickers? Well, this is only a fraction of what I have. Shoei sponsored me when I did the race down in Baja, so I got a ton of these stickers. So I think the small one is a little too small. So I think we're going to end up just using one of these guys here. And that'll be fine. So let's just center this up, get the sticker on, and then we're going to enamel coat this one, which you'll be able to see a little bit better than on the white helmet. So just get to it, I guess. Oof, we are just off. All right, so the final step of this, before we reassemble everything, is we're gonna put on a enamel coating from Ammo. Typically, you use this on, cars, motorcycles, all the paint work, stuff like that. We're gonna use it to really protect and boost some of the shine on this helmet. So we're just gonna get to putting this on right now. So you can already see how much glossier this is, and the enamel coating kind of fills in some of the imperfections in the surface, so it hides a lot of the scratches. All right, so there you have it. I took you through the steps that I go through when I'm cleaning and maintaining my motorcycle helmets. I think they turned out pretty good. Couple of things to note. If your helmet's over 5 years old, you should probably replace it. Don't use any harsh chemicals on your helmet. Like a mild detergent is plenty, especially when you're doing the inside. Just a wet, damp cloth on that foam and the styrofoam and all the adhesives and stuff in there. You don't want to mess with that. When you're on the shell, when you're doing stuff on the outside, again, you don't want to use harsh chemicals. You did see me use Goo-Gone today. Typically, if I was going to wear those helmets out on the street, I wouldn't have used that stuff. But since they're going on a shelf, I felt fine using that harsh of a chemical on the shell of the helmet. What else? The enamel coating that I put on the top of the helmets, you should let that cure for at least overnight before you introduce it to the elements. Really want that to cure inside. It's inside the heated shed tonight, so that'll be perfect and ready to go for tomorrow if I were using these helmets again. But now I'll just give you some close-ups so you can see what they look like all fresh and clean. Oh, one last thing. I like this stuff here. I mentioned it in the beginning. If you want to just like quickly spray this inside your helmet instead of taking the pads out, you can do that, spray it and wipe it down. I like the way this stuff smells, so shake it. You got a little depression there, so you do that. And just spray it in there. And then you can take just a clean rag, just spread it around. And that's plenty. You get a little bit of clean, smells pretty good, and ready to ride another day. All right, I'll see you in the next video.